Alright, let me get Deuteronomy 28 and 64. Alright, Deuteronomy 28 and 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Now, that prophecy has came to pass. You know, our people are in our people are in every excuse me, are in every continent. Excuse me. Our people have been scattered to every continent on the planet, with the exception of Antarctica, maybe. But you know, when they was bringing us into slavery over here to the Americas, in South America, and so on, they was bringing Gadites, North American Indians. They was bringing them into slavery over into the Europeans, and they brought some Southern Kingdom over there in slavery too. But the first slaves came from Spain. You know, but they don't really shine too much light on that, because they don't want you to know that not all the slaves came from Africa. Therefore, you will question like, damn, well, am I African then? You know. So if the first slaves came from Spain, how do we get all the way up into Spain? Or better yet, how do we get all the way up into Africa? Or down in Africa? I'm going to read some from a book called From Babylon to Timbuktu. This is on page 84. In the year, in the year 65 BC, Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state, with great slaughter. Now, let's talk about us. We're not Jewish, we are the Jews. You know? Jewish means to be like a Jew. During the period of military governors of Palestine, many outrage and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing Roman persecution and slavery. The slave market was full of black Jewish slaves. You know?
What's going on, my young brother?
What's up?
God bless you, man.
Thank you. You know? Yeah, man, because you know, it was a lot of other states that the Romans had captured, but the main one was Jerusalem. You know, Israel, we're always the nation that people go the hardest on. You know, but yeah, that's how we got into Africa anyway. We fled Roman persecution to go hide in Africa from the Romans that was persecuting us. because they had put an end to our state, you know. So just because we were in Africa doesn't mean that we're Africans, you know. These Africans are the ones that sold us into slavery to the so-called white man. Then when we got to the Americas, they was auctioning us off like you would do goods. And that goes into that's why I read Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 64. You know, because through slavery and other things we were scattered. You know, people selling us here, selling us there. They was, and then we was fleeing to different parts of the world to escape slavery and so on. You know, so that's how we got into Africa from by fleeing Roman persecution. Page 85.
What?
Alright, under Roman suzerainty and power, the Jews of Asia and North Africa rebelled in 115 AD. The Jews considered themselves numerous enough to challenge Roman authority in the east and south. In the east and the south, because of their numbers, and the Jews almost subdued their adversaries, who had compelled them to suffer many atrocities and indignations and indignities. Emperor Trajan sent his general Turbo to bring law and order. Instead of bringing law and order, the act of suppression of the insurrection brought a massacre. Suppression of rebellion under the slogan of law and order may be good in principle, but a good thing may be carried too far. So it was in this case. Skip down a little bit. The big shock came. The king ordered the baptism of all Jews in his domain under the penalty of expulsion and the loss of their property. According to Catholic authorities, 90,000 embraced Christianity at this time. This was forced baptism in the 7th century. The Jews were threatened with a penalty of slavery if they were found practicing Judaism. And now, our people weren't practicing Judaism. We were practicing the law, statutes, commandments of the scriptures, the Bible, which is our custom. Now, the so-called Jews over there, they practice Judaism, which is different. You know, they practice Judaism and they believe in what is that book called? The Talmud. That's what they believe in, and that's what that's their holy book, so-called holy book. So they practice Judaism. Now the real Hebrew Israelites, we weren't practicing Judaism because we were just practicing our customs, which is in the scriptures. It has nothing to do with the Talmud, or vice versa. This cruel policy caused many Jews to flee into the Mediterranean and western coast of Africa, the southernmost point of Spain. After you cross the sea, leads you to northern or the western coast of Africa. So we fled in different parts of the land to flee Roman persecution and the different laws they was passing to hurt us. It is nothing new today because. So.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, if you have any questions, you can ask.
Yeah, we're looking for the W Hotel.
I'm not sure. The W Hotel? I think it's over that way. Yeah. Yeah, but that's the same thing they're doing today. They're passing laws that hurt us over any other nation on the planet, because you pass the law saying if you openly, let's see, you pass the law saying it's illegal, like hate crimes, right? Cops commit hate crimes all the time, police brutality and so on. But if you was to beat up a homosexual, that would be considered a hate crime. You know? Because these Edomites are homosexuals. So they're passing all these laws to keep you in a more confined space and have more control over you. But you can't do this because there's a law against that. Or this. Passing unrighteous decrees. Excuse me. One minute. I'm gonna read First Maccabees chapter 5 verse 1. Now when the nations round about heard that the altar was built, the sanctuary renewed as before, it displeased them very much. So these other nations, they don't like us doing our own thing. It makes them very upset to see us doing our own thing. Just like when we come out here teaching the word of the Most High, different camps, Esau don't like that. Wherefore they brought to this, they thought to destroy the generation of Jacob that was among them, and thereupon they began to slay and destroy the people. So these people, these heathen, they just come and fuck with us just because, for no real good reason, really. It's not like we're trying to take their land from them or anything like that. They just want to come fuck with us because we're doing our own thing. Then Judas fought against the children of Edom, Esau, in Idumea, Those are the Edomites, so-called white people. You know. And a rape. Anyway, anyway, and Arabitan, I can't pronounce that word, because they beguiled Israel, and he gave them a great overthrow, and about their courage, and took their spoils. Also, he remembered the injury of the children of being. Who had been a snare and an offense unto the people, and that they lay in wait for them in their ways. He shut them up, therefore, in the towers and encamped against them, and destroyed them utterly, and burned the towers of the place with fire, and all were therein. Afterwards he passed over to the children of Ammon, where he found a mighty power and much people, with Timotheus, their captain. So he fought many battles with them, till at length they were discomforted before him, and he smote them. And when he had taken Jazer with the town belonging thereto, he returned unto Judah. Then the heathen that were at Galad assembled themselves together against the Israelites that were in the quarters to destroy them, but they fled to the fortress of Dathemia. So, you know, Judas, he was fighting back against these heathen. You know, and these heathen, they started fearing him, you know, because he was winning these battles, you know. And that's one thing we ain't got today, man. Our people don't want to stand up for what's right. They don't want to defend their nation of people, you know. And that's what we're doing right now. We may not be engaged in a physical altercation, but we're engaged in a spiritual altercation with these demons and these heathens. Because the scriptures say the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Because spiritual weapons are way more powerful than carnal weapons. And sent letters unto Judas and his brethren. The heathen that are around about us are assembled together against us to destroy us. And they are prepared to come and take the fortunes whereunto we are fled. Timotheus being captain of their host, come now, therefore, and deliver us from their hands, for many of us are slain. Yeah, all our brethren that were in the place of Tobiah are put to death. Their wives and their children also they have carried away captive and borne away their stuff. And they have destroyed their about 1,000 men. So it's nothing new under the sun that when you destroy a nation of people or destroy an army,